I think my first memory of football is probably when I was maybe 3 years old. For my birthday, I got my family support West Ham, so my dad and his granddad and his dad support West Ham, so that's like our family now. Me and my brother, we support West Ham as well, so I got a West Ham kit for my 3rd birthday, and I get vague memories of that, so that's the first memory of football I think I get. I think I've heard that I was actually quite an alright child, I think. I wasn't too stressful. I think I just get on with things, and when I was younger I didn't really put much stress on my parents. I was just, I think as a child I was alright. Better than my younger brother anyway. My career started just a local team around where I'm from in England. When we moved down to, so I was born just on the outskirts of London and moved down to the south where Bournemouth is when I was about 2 years old, and live about, 30 minutes from Bournemouth, and grew up around playing for a team around there, and probably started when I was about 6 and then went till I was about 10, and then had a trial at Bournemouth when I was about 10, and I didn't get in at the time, and they rejected me, and then I went back to a higher standard team at the time when I was about 11, 12, called Town, and I'd like to say I did alright there, and then 2-3 years later I got called back for another trial from Bournemouth, and it didn't take long, and then they signed me from there, and I've been there ever since through the academy from under 13s all the way to where I am now at 20, so yeah. Everyday life in a youth environment, when I first joined Bournemouth at 13, it was just, I was obviously still at school, and I was still at school from 13 to 16, 17, so it'd generally be under 13s and under 14s was just go to school, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we'd train in the evenings, and we'd have our training on them evenings, and then obviously education was the main part back then. That was 13s and 14s, and then 15s and 16s was the same, but they sometimes added days in, so maybe like a Monday or a Wednesday. A Monday we'd go in trainings in the evening, so it'd be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then when it got down to 16s we had a thing called day release. So we'd still train on the Tuesday and Thursday evenings, and on the Wednesday we'd get the day off school if your school let you. So you just go in on the Wednesday and just train all day, and you'd bring some education just to do some as well, just to stay on track with school. But yeah, Wednesdays was a day release day to play football instead of school, and then comes a scholarship age where you get offered a scholarship. Either you do or you don't, and luckily I did, and that is just 2 years after school. You finish school, and it's 2 years of doing education and football. No, that is your job for the 2 years, and so you're in every day apart from you get 1-2 days off, which is mainly a Sunday, and Thursdays would be education, and you train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, education Thursday, train Friday, normally a game Saturday, and then a day off Sunday, and that was constant for 2 years. And then if you do well enough there, which I was lucky enough to do, you get offered a pro contract, and I'm in my 2nd year of that, coming up to the end of it. So that was pretty much the whole youth career. I moved away from home, so I only lived about 30-45 minutes away from Bournemouth, but it was easier at the time for the scholarship years to go and live with a host family. So that was probably the toughest for the first month or two, having to go and live with a host family, and then just getting into training every day, and you just have to get to know everyone that you don't. Some of the boys you come through with the academy, so I was lucky enough to have maybe over half of the boys I already knew from the academy side. So, but for the other boys that come in, you have to get to know everyone, and then if you don't get on, then it's going to be hard. So you have to try and get on with everyone to make your 2 years as good as they're going to be. I'd say the whole of last year was probably one of the best years I've had. I went out on loan to a team called Weymouth, it was in the National League South, which is the Conference South, and that's 2 divisions below the League 2, so the Football League. And they just got promoted the year before, and obviously I wasn't there. And they're going into the league as pretty much favourites, or one of the few favourites to go back down, to get relegated. And we've gone in, we've started the season, we won the first game away at a team that just got relegated from the league above, and we all thought, right, this is we could be good at it. And then we just kept going and going and going, and obviously being back to be relegated at the start of the season, we went on to win the playoffs and get promoted. So I obviously didn't do the season before, but then the club had gone back-to-back promotions, and that was probably the best, winning penalties in the playoffs. Although there was no fans there, but it was probably one of the best moments I've had. The goals I have for my future, probably just to keep playing games and keep showing myself in the best way I can, really. I feel the best way I can show myself is by playing games. Obviously, as well as training, like only the people around you, the players, the staff, only see you in training, whereas games here get live streamed, and it's just like anyone can be watching at any time. And if you have a really good game or you just keep playing, they're going to see the potential you may have, and you can go anywhere, really. Like, anyone can be watching, and yeah, it could take you anywhere. Just playing games would be my goals in the future. I've settled into Helsinki quite well, I think. Obviously, the first few days, week or so, when I was in quarantine, it wasn't so tough being in the quarantine. It was just the fact of being away from home. That was the hard bit, just like being away from my parents, being away from my family, and even just being away from what I'm so used to in England, like playing like with my friends that I've played with for God knows how many years, and then just coming over to a completely different environment, and then being stuck on my own, and then just doing that. But in quarantine I was just really looking forward to training and starting, and then when the first day came I was just buzzing. I feel good coming to HIFK, just because it's an opportunity to play games, like I said, in a different environment, and it's just a whole different experience in a different country. I've never done it before, and I think I can just showcase myself in a different light, and just have no stress, and just like take every day as it comes, and just train and hope to prove myself in games. As a goalkeeper, I think my strengths are, I'm brave, aggressive. I just throw myself in front of anything, and won't be afraid to get hurt for the team, and just keeping the team in games and winning games for the team. I think that's what I'd bring. My expectations for myself would probably be just to be the best person I can be, and just try and live up, like do the best in my ability to help the team, and just knowing in my head when I leave here that I've done the best I can do for the team and for myself. The chemistry is quite good in the dressing room. There's a lot of different languages in the dressing room, I must say. You got myself, it's English. Jake, English again. You got a few Spanish boys, and then the rest are mainly Finnish. But obviously everyone speaks good English, and it's just, I think the more as the season goes on, and the more, if we prove that we are a really good side and we win games, the chemistry will get even better in that team, because we know that everyone in the team is actually really good. We know we're good anyway, but just to prove it to anyone that's doubting us, that'll just raise the chemistry even more, because we can believe in ourselves and we can achieve something this year. I think the structure of the team and the philosophy and the way HIFK play is pretty similar to English football, really. Joaquin has got the team playing in a way that I kind of know, and the philosophy is pretty similar to English football, like keeping the ball on the ground, unless obviously you have to go longer. But it's nothing out of the ordinary that I've come from. It's all pretty similar, the way we play, the philosophy and everything. And yeah, it is not far off of what I've come from, so it's good. I like HIFK's style of play. I think it's something I can really get used to, and the way we play is exciting. We have really good talent in the team, and just if we play how obviously Joaquin wants us to play, we can do really well this year, and we can achieve something. Like I said, I think the way the team play and the way Joaquin set it up, it does suit me because it's what I'm kind of used to. Like I've come from that background and keeping the ball on the floor and moving it fast, one-two touch, and like tiki-taka football. I've come from playing like keeping the ball on the ground, unless obviously you have to go longer. And with Antti, our goalkeeper sessions in England are they are a bit different, just because we always have numbers in goalkeeping sessions. It's always just like, it is just chaos in England with goalie sessions, which is enjoyable. But over here is a lot more basic and technical, and I do like that because you have to obviously just go through the basics and keep everything going. But yeah, that's what I'd say is a bit different. I think Finnish football, compared to where I've played on loan and just in England generally, it is different because in Finland, everyone just keeps trying to keep it on the floor, and they try and play out as much as possible, where in England, like if you can't play, everyone just hoofs it and goes long, and there is no risks taken in England, where I feel like there's more risks taken in Finland when playing out from the back from the goalkeeper, and when it works, you do get rewards from it. And I think that's probably the reason why it is done so much, because teams do get rewards off of playing how they play, whereas in England, teams do play, but it's a lot less risk taken, I'd say. Playing in front of fans, I'm really looking forward to it, because I think the last time I played in front of fans it's coming on to a year. The last time I played in front of fans was March last year, I think. That was when we played our last game for Weymouth in front of fans, and then obviously first lockdown hit in England, and then we came back to play playoffs in August, and there was no fans there. So since March, I haven't played in front of fans, so I'm really looking forward to playing in front of fans again. Well, they love the team, they love football in general, and they just look forward to match day every week, it looks like, from the videos I've watched, and they just want nothing but the team to succeed and win, and they will do anything, singing, chanting, to do so for us to win and get behind us. I'd just like to say to the fans that I'm really looking forward to get it going and put my all in for the team, and like I said, I think we can achieve something this year, and if we're all together, we will.